Being a boat owner requires you to be a weightlifter as well as a sweep and a cleaner and a, you know, maintenance guy, maintenance person I should say, a designer. People talk about you know, do it yourself and things you can do around the house or tea car or whatever, but with a boat it literally is, you do everything, either that or you pay somebody to do it, and that's if you got the money. But if you haven't, you've got to do it, and there's no sort of, oh well, I'll just leave that one, I'll just leave this, I'll just leave that. It's got to be done, because boats don't like being neglected, and certainly you'll pay for it if you start using it on the water and it's not kept in good condition. Day 4672. I've got loads of these which are really useful, but I really am like that now, afraid that if the lids come off, then they just scatter all over the place, and that would be a real pain, and they get down in the bilges, and then that would be the end of it. Well, it wouldn't, but it'd be rather messy to tidy up. So I had thought what I'll do, I'll get some, I know you can't see it in there, but so my solution is to have one of these, which will go in there, and that will contain all boxes of screws, and then if they fall out, they only fall into the box. So that's quite helpful. I was hoping to get 2 boxes in there, but I don't think it's big enough. I can put the other one in the other side really. May also be useful is to put some of this non-slip matting in, save them sliding around inside, as I've got loads of it. It's quite useful stuff really. It's certainly helpful, and it certainly stops things sliding around. Excellent. All done. Slide down there. Then next time I need screws, I just pick up one box and they're all in there, and they're not going to stay all over the place, which is an added bonus for me. I might put some matting on there to stop that rolling across as well, sliding across. But there are other things to go in there to keep it in place really, such as my ropes, and then other things. But I'll sort that out later. At least that works. Happy with that. The next little big job is to get that battery in there, and my measurements, well, I'll show you. Just didn't quite work out really. I thought on an angle that would just go in, but just literally just that fraction too big. But if I take off the door, it should go in, and hopefully, I mean, once I get the charging system up, I won't need to be taking it out either. So something to look at. Look at that. That's just that fraction. And if I can lift it up, trouble is I can't get my hand inside to lift it up on the other side as it go in. But just how bad is that? I'll have to try and get some form of platform, I think. See if I can do it that way. Finally, it does fit. The problem is I have to have this plastic bag on for it to be slippy. The obvious thing is to attach the slippy part to the bottom, but it's just to make sure it goes really. Now I just need to sort out the wiring for it. This is the Johnson Super Silent Comfort Toilet. How posh is that, eh? As I say, I'm just gonna put the seat on just so I can get a handle on where the lid goes when I lift it up, etc., and see how that works. You might be asking at this stage, what happened to the battery? Why haven't you finished that job? Because I know what I need to do with the battery now, so I've left that and I can start on this, and then I'll know what I need to do with this, and then I can get all the bits and then do it all at once, rather than do this, find out I need stuff, go away, get the stuff, come back, and all of that business. I'd rather try all the jobs that I've got to do, find out what I need, get it all at once, and then finish them all at once, he says. That's the theory. There's all sorts of bits with this. I presume that's a washer. It goes on the bottom here. Yep, that's where that goes. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Special made clips for it to go in. Do the other one while I'm here. So I put that there. Yeah. Should be able to work on this now. And I presume, well, yeah, that should go in there. Looks good. Can I get this one open? I presume this should be the last job, really, but unfortunately I need to see where the seat goes in order to get the angle of the toilet right. So that's quite good. And again, there's these washers here which go on the underneath. Seal that up underneath. Plastic washers and screws. I can't get the camera in so you can't see that, but it will helical shape, so I presume that goes up and then into the hole that's there for the screw, and then that just tightens up on the bottom of it. Thinking about it, I could just remove the toilet. It'd be far easier to do this because it's not fastened in yet. But anyway, I like making life difficult. That's not bad at this angle, actually. I can actually, plenty of room there for my knees. Even with the door shut, I can actually close the door. I'm sitting down where previously you couldn't. You used to bang your knees. That's alright. It's not a bad place, that. Seems alright down there. Hoses aren't that close. Seems alright. Toilet seat goes up. That's the problem. Especially for the gents, you don't want that coming down. So that needs to be further back really. I wonder if that's just because of the stuff on it. Won't go far enough back. No. No, it needs to come forward slightly, I think. How much have I got to play? I've got quite a lot to play with actually. Just on there. That's better. And some distance around there. Well, not just go in there. Maybe back a fraction. Should be alright there. And like over there is fine. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. That's quite good lean back there. And then with regard to sitting, move that forward a bit. I've still got space. Yeah, still got space. Plenty of space there. That's quite comfortable actually. Yep. I think we may have a spot. And then we need to check all the pipe work and make sure that that all works, because it's all on this side and yet the pipes are on the other side. For this, I don't know whether you can turn them around or not. I'll have a look at that, take it out in a minute. And the main thing is to mark those holes, because I need to be drilling. And it doesn't look too bad there actually. It's quite nice when all that's cleared up and cleaned. That's not bad at all. I quite like that position. No, by looking at this, it looks fixed, so you can't turn that round. It's a pity actually. It would be a good idea if you can switch that around. But having said that, I don't need to turn it round because the pipe work needs to be changed anyway, and it might be easier to come out the other side. I can check on all of that. The key thing is where those pipes are, they are on this side. It doesn't matter because I'm going to have a loop in and then over the top anyway. And there's the pump to go in. I need to have a look at that really. Just emptied a load of water out of the front of the boat, and can't understand where that's come from really, because it wasn't there a couple of weeks ago. And then all underneath here, this is quite wet, but I thought that was because I've had the catch open when it's been raining, and so I've ignored most of these things. But then it's just clearing out this bit here, and I noticed all this stained and water there. You can see, and it's still dripping there. So The only thing is to have a look out here, and then these little hairline cracks. I don't know whether you can see them or not. Little hairline cracks all over the place. It just shows you, doesn't it? The smallest thing where water is concerned, and your boat will leak. But that's been coming in quite fast, really. It's a bit annoying. Anyway, time to seal that up. Although I'm just going to do a temporary job for now. Just put some CT1 on it, and then I'll sand it out and do it properly. I mean, the boat is usually not at this angle. It's only because it's on the dry and it's facing downhill. Usually it's the other way around, but it's not the point. Let's see if that works as a temporary fix. And there's my new solar panel that's going to go on there. Might have to make a little bracket to raise that up a bit. It's on a bit of a curve there. And the question is where to bring the cables through. They'll have to come down the side and possibly through here. No, through here. Through here, and that would take me right into the box, I think. But then I need the seals. I could take this one down as well. Get the seals to do that. Do that properly. Yeah, they would be good. I'll have to rethink that one. Yeah. The problem is, leaks on a boat when your boat is at an angle is always difficult to work out where they're coming from, because the leak could actually be over the other side up there, but then it's coming down the inside and dropping here, because this is where the lowest point is. And as I say, I've identified that this is where the water's coming from. The problem is how I stop it. There's a dye, so I could put a dye here and see whether it's coming in here, and leave that up there clear. And then if the water's still coming in and it's not dyed, then it will mean it's not here. I mean, I can't see that. I mean, I know it's a temporary job, but I can't see it leaking here now. Just need to have a good look at it, really. Although, thinking about it, logic would say that if the water's coming right down from up there, and there's a hole up there, so why is it not dribbling down there? Which would suggest that the water is solely coming out of this hole here, which means it's this corner only that's causing the problem, which looks about right, to be honest with you. Anyway, that's not today's job, although sealing leaks is a very important thing. Today's job is to try and get this sorted one way and another, and see if I can get all the pipes in correct places and put the pumps in. Should be good. Just about to refit this, to fit this here, and it's still playing that, so you can't say that's a flat surface. that's something I'm going to have to think about. Just going to christen that one now, and it's still wobbling. I can't find anywhere on there. So it's a curved surface which you can't go on. I was hoping I'd flatten that out really, but it's not possible. Have to rethink the location. Of course, there is this side of the locker, which that's a real flat surface there. There's no give there at all, and that's before I've sanded it. I think that might be a better place, but it means fetching the cable all the way back again and starting all over again. Should have thought about that before I started, shouldn't I? Never mind. Keeps me busy. First job on the cards today is to get those hoses off and free, and then we can work out where the hoses should need to go and have a look at it. Although, to be honest with you, it might be simpler just leaving those holes there rather than creating a whole new platform of holes, which is never good, is it? Yeah, gotta get the pump in, get all this wired up. The wiring's coming today, it's not arrived yet. That'll be Sunday's job. I'm removing the hoses, and they're absolutely solid. So the idea now is to heat them up, pour some hot water, some fairy liquid in, and hopefully they'll be free. We'll see how that goes.
Hot water's in. Hose is a lot more flexible, stinks to high heaven, mind you. And that's it, we can just loosen this off now. Still very tight.
Certainly not going that tall. That is loose and the water's held. It's fairly warm, so it's not coming out. Give it a couple of more twists and see if that works. That's absolutely solid there. Solid as a rock. I think we're going to have to get some grips out. Let's see whether we can move it with some grips. Let's see if grips will work. I just don't know how much I need really. That should be alright. The problem is, it's trying to see what you're doing, as per usual with any boat work. You can't see what you're doing, you can't get at it. Turning, no, not doing anything there. Oh, we need to get that off there. That's quite solid. Water's coming out, so it's obviously got loose. Oh, it's more loose. Oops. I think it's like using WD-40 really. So
however, as you can imagine, the operator and the regulator have been telling us that the situation is naturally continuing to be.
give it time to settle. Or add more. Which is what we'll do now, because it is coming out, so it presumes that the water is now getting around the edges. And some more fairy liquid.
So far, no movement at all. Real leader videos on this. So frustrating. And it is leaking now, which would suggest that the water is finally getting through. Get this crap out the way. Why do we choose to change things? Status quo. Get that out of the way. Let's try one more twist of the hose. One more twist. The hose is that long now, it's bending all over the place. Not working. Not working right. Okay. That's good. All I managed to do there is put a bloody hole in the thing. Let that water go before it fills the boat up. You begin to think someone just glued this on. I'm getting the impression that this is actually turning. No, I don't think this is it just appears to be.
Something tells me here, cut out a flint right across there. It's quite thick that though, but even then, cut out the plinth. Just enough to get into those spaces and then put a platform over the top, and that would suffice. I might do that actually. I could spend all day doing this. I was thinking I don't want to do that because this is quite a big job. But having said that, this is just ridiculous. Out comes the heavy artillery. The obvious thing to do is not damage the seacock, but whilst making that free. Yes, should have done that in the first place, Roy. All done. Clear up the mess, Roy. How easy was that? A couple of seconds. Cut through. Still leaking anyway, interestingly enough. Quite messed down there now underneath there, so I think I'll let that dry out and then I should be able to just sweep it up. It's all very grungy at the moment. After much debate, I've decided that the actual position of the hoses are not that bad actually. I would like them to come further back, but I don't think that's going to be possible. So the key thing now is to get the new hose on. Unfortunately, I've only got a small, I haven't got the small hose, I've only got the big hose, but I can get the big hose on. Well, I actually got something done today. It's not connected up yet, but I just can't get that hose on, and I need to get the other hose on as well. It's so difficult to get those hoses in, it's just unbelievable. Can't believe, because it's twisted. The angle of the hose is not good, and it's such a tight fit, and it's not particularly a flexible hose. It's just cracking all the way. It's a bit like the what's it, this day 4671, or at least that's what it feels like. Today the objective is to try, oh, I parked that a bit close, didn't I? How do I get the ladder in there? With great difficulty, right? Great difficulty. Okay, see what we need. Like everything on the boat, you spend 20 minutes preparing just to get into the boat. If it's in a yard and you need ladders and you need to get to and then you got to think about the work, and then you realise, oh, I haven't brought this tool, I haven't brought that tool, and that's always a problem as well. As they say in the world of work, another day, another dollar. Or in the case of a boat, another day, another $100 spent, not earned. Yeah, I'm really struggling with getting this pipe on, and this is now 3 days of attempts to get just that pipe on the tube, and it really isn't going. I've tried everything. I'm going to try a blowtorch today, and if that doesn't do it, then the only alternative is to buy a bigger pipe. The trouble is then squashing the bigger pipe down to the correct size, but we'll see how it goes. Right, here we go again. The object today is to either finally give in and recognise that I'm not going to be able to do this and buy a bigger bore pipe, which really is not a good idea. But having said that, I don't give up easily, but this has certainly tested me to the limit. This, I'm just going to put some like a lubricant grease on. And then I'm going to heat the end of the hose. I've already bored out the hose. I've reduced the size of that end so it'd go over, but it just won't budge, this hose. If you look at the thickness of that, and then look at the thickness of that, it really just won't go over. So the idea is, heat it up, use this bung to expand it, and see if we get anywhere. I've just heated this with a blowtorch. You know what? I think that's done it. That looks as if it's on. Don't believe that. How far is that one? And it's nearly down to the system. Quite incredible that, actually, because I really, as I say, 3 days trying to get this on. It just wouldn't go, but I've heated it with a blowtorch. I've tried warm water, I've tried fair liquid, I've tried everything, but heating it with the blowtorch has really softened it up. Mind you, it is cold, you see, and the thing is, the warm water goes cold very quickly, especially when it goes onto cold metal. But this has worked. Yes, now I can start to put everything back now. Here we go, all prepared now. Got to keep that out of the range. All that's sanded. Just got to put that down and then put some weight on it and leave it for 24 hours. All on now. Weight's on. Here's that for 24 hours. Almost there. I've just got to get some Jubilee clips, waiting for those Jubilee clips to go on, put them on. All the electrics wirings through, I've just got to connect it all up now. And then of course the small hose, the inlet hose, connect that as well. And once I've done that, it should be all systems go. Whew, 4 days, and basically most of the job done today, to be honest with you. Yeah, 4 days spent trying to do it and 1 day doing it. It's amazing the way things suddenly turn around.